Hey girls, guys, and all people alike, it is Mox here, and hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be asking the question, are we getting any of these scenes in Five Nights at Freddy's 2? If you don't know, a new Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer has released, and I actually haven't taken a look at it. So before we jump into our second predictions, I'm going to give it a watch. I'm really excited. I'm sure you have all seen this already and watched 5 other YouTubers review it, so I'll have editing me skim through it. I can't hear a thing. Oh my god, that's hype. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh. The puppet immediately? There's a lot of puppets. The music box. This looks so good already. I like that actress. Oh my god. Okay. I'm kind of happy they didn't show the puppet right away. I don't know if I want to see the puppet right away. Let's go, the goat. Okay, so they're like together. She's into robotics. That's weird and cool. It's so good, man. Okay. Oh, very good jump scare by Mangle. Ooh.
Everywhere.
Oh man, it looks great. It looks so good. That's kind of weird. Oh, he looked more. Oh, with the. Oh, he's there in the office. He's got the mask. There we go. Prediction. Good. That's phenomenal. Oh man, December 5th? Did I read that right? Holy crap. That was so good. That was genuinely amazing. I didn't get to watch this earlier because I was just busy, and I had a friend text me and be like, bro, check out the trailer. It looks really good. And I was like, does it look really good though, or is it like kind of weird? But no, it actually looks amazing. I'm so curious where they're going with the story because they're introducing new people while also having the old cast. I'm guessing the new people are gonna just get killed off like the burglars did in the first movie, which is unfortunate because they don't seem to be robbing the place. They're just kind of curious about what's happening. But very fitting, very on brand. I love it. I think they did do better with the horror, which is exactly what they said they were gonna be doing. The little glimpses of the puppet were so good. I'm gonna end up rewatching this trailer like 20 times once this video's done. I will say something that I wasn't a fan of in the first movie that kind of is sticking through, and I assume gonna keep sticking through this whole movie series, is they feel very mechanical and at times a little less like haunted, I guess. I really like seeing them move in a more twitchy, glitched out way, like they're forcing the mechanics to move in a way that they're not supposed to because they're haunted. Things feel very fluid still, but better than in the first trailer, I guess, and in the first movie. I had to find something of a con because everything else looks so good. I really wanted to have more like gameplay mechanics. I realized it would be ridiculous to assume we would have all 5 nights of a dude sitting in an office. That's kind of crazy, and I don't think that would make for a very good movie. I'd love to write some kind of script that shows that off, but no, that's another video. But okay, that instantly confirms at least one of the scenes that I kind of predicted. So if you don't know, a while back when the first FNAF movie was coming out, I did like a little predictions video like, oh, are we gonna get these scenes? These are the scenes I want to see or I predict are gonna happen. And I kind of wanted to go back and see if any of them are going to come true. First off, we have a flashback with Charlie and the origins of the puppet. I think it's possible. I don't see us getting a proper rehashing of the cutscene from Pizzeria Sim. I don't really see that happening, but just some quick little flashes here and there. And they did confirm that a little girl died at this location. God, so good. The puppet, Marionette, and Charlie, favorite character in all of FNAF. I don't know why, I just think they're very interesting, and I really love that side of FNAF, I guess. I don't know, it's really cool. So I think that's definitely possible. I think I'm gonna have to go through that old video. Man, I really like this thumbnail. Go check out this video if you guys haven't seen it. Okay, after going through it a little bit and going back, I think it's possible we get a scene with the puppet, like I said. The Freddy Mask basically confirmed. Absolutely love it. I think that was kind of an easy prediction, but you know, with how the first movie went, I really wasn't sure what we were going to be getting. It looks like it's going to be really well done. I love the behind the mask look and everything. Really good. Love it. Okay, for the next scene, I wanted to see kind of a good look at the parts and service room, and I think we probably are going to get that just because that's something we got in the first FNAF movie. So I don't see why they wouldn't do that for this one, especially considering the animatronics are kind of all messed up and everything. I think that group of new kids coming in they're probably going to be the ones that kind of look through it during the day and have that cool kind of scene where they're like, look at these guys, they're all messed up. And then, you know, bad things end up happening, of course. And if not them, I'm sure Mike and Vanessa are going to be the ones who end up doing that. But yeah, I think that one's 100% still possible. I would love to see it as well. Okay, for the next scene, I was questioning whether or not we were going to see the shadow animatronics. I think we got soft confirmation, question mark, possibly a leak, that the actress that got put into Shadow Freddy is returning. I think, spoiler alert. And if that is true, then I think we're very likely gonna see a Shadow Freddy reference. Maybe nothing huge or major, but I would love to see Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, who has a very long name that I don't remember and I'm not going to say. But it was there in the first movie. This one seems to be really hammering in those references and everything, so I don't see why they would exclude a scene like that, because it can be very easily done, very simple. They could do the same thing they did with the last one, where one of those new people come in and they get put into Shadow Bonnie. I can definitely see that happening. Another thing I really wanted to see was that behind the mask little opening cutscene we see, where kind of inside of a Freddy suit, or at least behind Freddy's mask, kind of looking around, and we see Chica, Bonnie, and the puppet. I think that would still make for a pretty great opening, if not just some kind of scene. I just think it has to be done in a way that it doesn't take away from the tension that is being built during that scene. I really don't want it to be done just quick, just to be like, oh look, reference, and then done. I think it needs to be done well and done slowly. But we already saw a quick little scene, literally behind the mask POV style, so this scene still plausible, I'd say. Yeah, it'd also be a good way to kind of quickly introduce the puppet as like a pretty major character. I think I've said this previously, but I really want the marionette, I want them to be pretty important to the story. I feel like Golden Freddy wasn't as important to the story in the first movie. I know they were probably more important than the other animatronics, I guess, in terms of the plot. At the end of the day, they kind of just did stuff. They hung out with Abby and then took Abby back to the pizzeria, which wasn't bad. Again, just not exactly what I want, and definitely not what I want for the marionette. And the last prediction I had in this video was the return of William Afton, which we definitely are seeing. But something very interesting was when we saw William Afton, he looked a lot more like Spring Bonnie than Spring Trap. So I wonder, what's the deal with that? This has to be some kind of flashback scene. So maybe we are actually going to get a proper flashback to some of the missing children stuff, which would be very, very grim, but perfect for this movie. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm more hyped for this movie than I was for the first one. And I've been, since the first one was announced, I was more hyped for the second movie than the first one, just because I like FNAF 2 more, and I think that's where the story got really interesting. But a good look at Spring Bonnie. I think what I wanted more so when I was making the prediction was him coming back, that kind of twitchy scene, and him kind of becoming his full-fledged Springtrap. I want that proper reveal so that we could kick off FNAF 3 with a full-fledged Springtrap. I'd love to see it. This is kind of an aside, but I was telling my friend that it would really make my day if these movies just get progressively more confusing, just like the games. I know they're not going to do that, but God, I would really love it. And it would be so fitting with just the nature of FNAF in general. That's actually all the scenes that I really predicted in the last one, and I think they all have a good chance of being put in there, which I'm really, really excited for. They're pretty safe predictions, but I cannot wait to see this movie. It looks so good. But I am curious about a couple things. Abby wants to help fix her friends. She's even getting into robotics and stuff, which is awesome. That's really, really cool. But I think we all have known that the puppet is kind of the fixer. They come in, they fix the friends, you know, and they give them a body to do to continue living. So I'm curious about how that's going to work with Abby trying to fix their electronics, the puppet trying to fix their souls. Could be interesting. Could make for something interesting. I don't know what they're doing with the story, but there's that. And I also want to know if they are going to hint at other locations, possibly a sister location. I'm so sorry. That was bad. But something I've said and kind of wanted from the first movie was for this story to kind of follow the games a little more. This was assuming that Mike was going to be Michael Afton, pretending to be Mike Schmidt. But anyway, I really wanted them to go around and kind of go to these different locations purposely to try and undo everything that William Afton did. I feel like it could lead to something like that just because they're so tied, Mike and Abby and Vanessa, they're so tied to Freddy's and William Afton, even though they might be going down the route of Mike not being Mike Afton and, you know, being related to William. Even though they might not be going down that road, I still think just because Vanessa's there and Abby wants to help her friends and Mike wants to do what he can for his sister, I think all that could lead to them actually doing what I originally thought, meaning they're gonna do a lot less locations, because I'm pretty sure they're only set for 3 movies, but that's a-okay with me. When FNAF 3 first came out, that was my ending. That was it for me originally. And then I just simply forced myself to love the rest of it until Pizzeria Sim. Then I was like, okay, all right, we're back up. This is pretty good. But what do you guys think of the trailer? Please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Predictions as well. What you think of my original predictions and whether or not they're still likely to happen. Please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to get talking to you guys about all that stuff. I'm so hyped for this. That's all the time I have for now. Don't want to get fully into covering the FNAF movie again because it was so overwhelming in the past because I was covering all the teasers teasers and stuff like that. But I'd really like to do more videos like this, so let me know if you want that. In the meantime, you can check out my deep dive into FNAF Blood and Gears, this amazing fan game that honestly could be my new favorite FNAF thing in general. But there we go. That's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next one, and goodbye.